Hi everyone, today's quick demo is showing the matte dots over the Angel Luminaura, and I won't be showing the unicorn nail. I have showed that in several other videos and I'll leave links to those, but I will be showing the matte dots, and this is going on about 4 weeks, so forgive my grow out, but you can still see that the dots are still quite matte. And for that I used a builder gel and some clear acrylic powder that I sprinkled into the wet gel. Now you don't have to use a builder gel. You can use a matte top coat if you prefer, instead of going the acrylic powder route. But I find that the top coats tend to spread a little bit more, so that's why I prefer to use the builder gel, because I didn't have to worry about them spreading around until I was able to get the acrylic powder into the gel. So again, this is 4 weeks, still quite matte, which if you, I've used a matte regular polish and gel polish, and those tend to turn a little satiny. So for this sample, I will be using True Honesty 2 coats, and over that I will do 1 coat of the Accent Shine On, since I will be applying the chrome pigment. I will be using the beautiful Angel pigment. This is a finer version of the Aurora Luminaura pigment, and over that will go a coat of the top coat again. So you can see here that True Honesty is a beautiful pink color. Again, we'll be doing 2 coats. And cure for 30 seconds in an LED, 2 minutes in a UV. And 1 coat of our no wipe top coat for the chrome pigment. And here is the Angel pigment. You can see how much finer it is. I'll be applying it, the initial layer, with the sponge applicator, and I'm only picking up a very, very small amount of it. You don't need really any more than this to cover that entire nail. I can't stress enough just how little pigment that you do need to cover the nail. And you can see just how effortless that does go on the nail. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, just like Aurora, it does benefit from a little bit of burnishing to make sure you get your shiniest mirror finish out of it, but it's not quite as much as Aurora needed. But a good squeegee there with your silicone tool won't hurt it one bit. You could also use the finger cot that Angela provides in your kit when you order the pigment. And there you have your gloriously smooth finish with this Angel pigment. Now we're going to dust off the excess and we're ready to top coat. Before I apply the Accents top coat, I am going to apply a little bit of some OPI Bond-Aid, and I found that if you've seen my earlier videos, you know I've talked about this, how sometimes over super smooth chrome finishes, sometimes the pigment will separate and kind of pit across the nail, and it'll separate along, it'll kind of pull away from cuticles and tips, and this Bond-Aid I found actually does help to prevent that. It will also help with the chrome pigment chipping around the edges, I found. And so get a good even coat of your top coat, cure that for the recommended 30 seconds in an LED, and we'll be ready to apply our gel. Again, this is the Mosaic Neo Clear, And I'll be using the Crystal Nails art brush to apply it. And once we finish with that, we'll sprinkle in our clear acrylic. And again, I just found the builder gel held the shape, didn't tend to, especially this particular builder gel, did not tend to spread into the other dots. And you have to get all the dots on there before you, and the acrylic powder before you cure it. So you want to be sure that you don't get them running into each other. There's no rhyme or reason, it's just whatever size or shape the dots that you prefer. You could put as few or as many dots as you like. I just like the way that the matte looked against the shiny surface, and that also the texture from having applied the acrylic into the wet gel. Just going to take my little metal scooper here, and we're just going to sprinkle that right into that wet gel, being careful not to touch the nail. You can put as little or as much of the acrylic in there that you like. The more acrylic that you apply in there, the more textured that dot will feel, and a little more matte that it will look as well. Even though it is clear, it still has that, it's not as shiny as your chrome background. So you'll tap off the excess and cure that for the recommended time. It does have just a little bit of a sticky layer left, so I'm just wiping that off with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And there your nail is finished. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the demo. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down at the bottom. I will get to them as soon as I can. As always, I will leave links to products used down below in the info section. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys later.